Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Soul Whispers Coming Home to You. This is a special episode, not on our usual schedule, a bonus drop, because this particular moment in the sky was too significant to let pass. So let's begin by taking one slow breath together, in through your nose and a long, slow exhale. Let your shoulders drop, let your chest open slightly. You are allowed to be here. My name is Susan, and I'm a certified somatic trauma-informed coach, and the rest of my credentials are in the show notes below. I came to this work through my own healing journey, one that included nearly 4 decades in a relationship that asked more of me than it ever gave back, and a diagnosis of rheumatoid arthritis at the age of 27 that finally made me stop and listen. What I discovered changed everything. The body is not working against us, it is speaking for us. And when we give the nervous system the safety, the language, and the tools it has been waiting for, healing becomes possible in ways that genuinely surprise you. I'm here because my deepest wish is to help the person I used to be, and anyone whose body has been speaking in symptoms while the mind keeps pushing through. If that is you, in any form, from any direction, I am here to give you the language, the tools, and the reminder that the power to heal has always been inside you. And that is what Soul Whispers is all about. On August 12th, the new moon rises in Leo, and something in me could not wait to speak to you about it, because this moon, this specific moon, in this specific sign, at this specific moment in the year, it's for you. If you have ever had your light dimmed by someone who did not know what to do with it, if you have spent years making yourself smaller to keep someone else comfortable, if there is a version of you, brilliant, lit up, unapologetically herself, that you have not fully inhabited since before the relationship began, well, this moon is calling her back. The new moon in Leo rises August 12th, and this is the first eclipse in Leo since January of 2019, making it a potent initiation into a new 7-year cycle of identity, creativity, and sovereign self-expression. Astrologers describe this moon as asking us to release outdated expressions of need for external validation, to let go of the old identity that formed inside a relationship that required our smallness, and to begin the visible, courageous, heart-led work of becoming someone different. Leo is ruled by the sun. Its energy is confident, creative, courage, and the capacity to express from the heart, because the expression itself is true. Not because anyone is watching, not because anyone has given permission, but because it's real. Mature Leo is creative sovereignty, and this new moon is its portal. I remember the version of me that existed before the relationship took place. She was not perfect, but she was lit up. She laughed a lot. She took up space in a room without calculating whether it was right. She had a sense of what she wanted, and she moved toward it. And I didn't notice her disappearing. That is one of the most particular cruelties of a trauma bond. The erosion is so gradual, so incremental, so consistently reframed as love or growth or becoming a better version of yourself that you don't realize you're shrinking until one day you look in the mirror and you can't find her anymore. You know, that lit up one, the one who took up space without asking. The shadows of a trauma bond were never meant to be your permanent home. What was dimmed in you during those years was not extinguished. A flame does not disappear because someone placed their hand over it. It waits. It holds the heat, and when the hand is removed, it rises. You are the rising. This new moon in Leo is not asking you to perform a recovery or announce a transformation. It is asking something quieter and more radical than that. It is asking you to stop just understanding what happened, which you've been doing beautifully and faithfully, sometimes exhaustingly, I'm sure, and to begin feeling your sovereignty in the body, in your breath, in the specific physical experience of what it feels like to take up your actual space without apologizing. That is what we are doing today. Sovereignty is not confidence. Confidence can be performed. It can be borrowed, assembled, worn like clothing that does not quite fit. Sovereignty is something different. It is the settled, unshakable sense of being the rightful author of your own life, of knowing your own mind well enough to trust it, of occupying your body with the quality of someone who is genuinely at home there. For people who have left trauma bonds, or who are in the process of leaving, or are in the long recovery that comes after, or if you are still stuck in a trauma bond, don't give up. The first step is recognizing and understanding the depth of a trauma bond and the addiction it has over your mind and your heart and your nervous system. Once you step out of that trauma bond, healing begins, and sovereignty is often the last thing to return, because the trauma bond specifically targets that particular place. It is designed, consciously or not, to outsource your sense of authority to the person doing the bonding, to make your perception of reality dependent on their validation, to create a state in which you genuinely cannot be sure what you think, what you feel, or want without running it through the filter of their response first. Your nervous system remembers what your mind tries to forget. It remembers every time you edited yourself before speaking, every time you scanned the room for their mood before deciding how to move next, every time you made yourself less in order to make them feel more comfortable. And it carries that memory in the tissue and the posture and the breath. Reclaiming sovereignty is not primarily a mental exercise. It is a somatic one. It happens in the body first. The Leo archetype gives us the image of the lion, and I want to offer the most compassionate reading of that image. The lion does not ask permission to occupy its body. It does not edit its roar before releasing it. It does not check whether the space it takes up is the right amount. Not from aggression, from a deep, settled, cellular knowledge of its own nature. That is what's being returned to you under this new moon. Not performance, not volume, but the quiet, revolutionary, cellular knowing of your own nature. The right to express from the heart because the expression is true. Creating before anyone claps. Being warm and visible and alive without shrinking to keep anyone comfortable. This is the first eclipse in Leo since 2019. That means the universe has not offered this particular portal of identity reset in 7 years. And it's opening right now, in the week you are listening to this. It's not a coincidence. This is a calling. New moons are planting time. Not asking time, not hoping time, declaring time. Under Leo, the seeds that take root most powerfully are ones spoken with the authority of someone who already knows they're sovereign. Not someone asking permission, but someone deciding. Leo rewards intentions you can name in one sentence. So before we go further and begin our meditation, I want to offer you these seeds. Pause the video if you need to so you can write yours down. I want you to make it specific and make it yours. I will also leave these statements in the show notes below so that you can refer to them if needed. So find a paper and a pen and write down these intentions. I am reclaiming my voice. And specifically, I am reclaiming, and then put something there, that blank space. What are you specifically reclaiming under this new moon? I am releasing the version of myself that needed their approval to feel real. What I'm releasing is, and then fill in the blank. I am calling back the part of me that, fill in the blank, before the relationship changed me. So, for example, I'm calling back the part of me that had fun, was able to laugh and not care what anyone thought before the relationship changed me. The next one is under this Leo new moon, I declare that I am, and fill in the blank. And the last one is the sovereign intention I am carrying into this lunar cycle is, and fill in the blank. Again, I will leave these in the show notes so that if you didn't have a chance to write them down, you'll be able to. Now, imagine a flame that cannot be stolen. Not a performance of fire, not the fire you learned to make smaller so no one felt threatened by it, but the original one. The one that was burning before the relationship, before the erosion, before you learned that your light made certain people uncomfortable. For too long, the trauma bond acted as a hand placed over that flame. And you adapted. You breathed shallower. You kept the light dimmed. Not because you were weak, because you're not. Because you were trying to survive inside a system that could not hold your full brightness. But if you are no longer in that relationship, I'm here to remind you that you are not in that system anymore. And the flame did not go out. It has been here the entire time. In the flicker of every moment you almost said what was true. In the ember of every dream you kept quietly to yourself. In the heat of every anger that was never allowed to become a boundary. The flame is here. And this Leo new moon is not asking it to be cautious anymore. God, the universe and source, the intelligence that placed within every person a sovereign self that cannot ultimately be taken, only temporarily obscured. That intelligence is in this moon tonight, in the lion's courage, in the heart that knows what it wants, in the creative fire that Leo governs. That eclipse energy is amplifying, and that has been waiting for your full yes. Through somatic healing, through IFS, through the practices of this series and the work you've been doing, you're not just surviving. You are reclaiming the throne of your own internal kingdom, and no one gets to sit on it but you. Now, if you're ready, let's begin your guided meditation. Find a comfortable position. If you're sitting, I'd like you to sit tall if you can. Not rigid, but with the quality of someone who is allowed to take up space. Both feet on the floor. Hands open in your lap with your palms facing upward. And close your eyes. And take one breath in. And on the exhale, let the shoulders drop and your chest open, letting your body occupy its actual space without apologizing for it. Again, take another nice, slow, deep breath in through your nose and a much longer exhale through your mouth. And each one of those breaths has a small declaration saying, I am here. I am allowed to be here. I'm taking up exactly as much space as I actually occupy. Now let your body settle even more and your jaw relax, feeling your shoulders drop down even further. And turn your awareness inward and look for her, the part of you that was lit up before, the one who existed before the relationship began, its slow work of making you smaller. She might feel very far away. She might feel like someone you used to know. She might feel tender and a little frightened about being seen again after so long of being in the quiet. Wherever she is, sense her presence now. And from the self, from the part of you that has been doing this healing work, speak to her. From your higher self, say these words: I see you. I know how long you've been waiting. I know what it cost you to dim yourself the way you did. And I want you to know that the dimming was never your truth. It was a strategy. A very intelligent, very necessary strategy. For surviving inside something that couldn't hold your full light. But the strategy is no longer required. I am here to tell you it is safe to come forward now. And breathe, and with that breath, notice what arises. Maybe grief for the years of being small. Maybe relief. Maybe a fierce, quiet recognition. Whatever comes, just let it. This is a special reunion. Now bring your attention to the center of your chest, the heart space, the Leo throne, the place where your sovereign flame lives. And place both hands here. And breathe into your heart and your hands 3 times. Full, deliberate breaths that fill the chest completely on the inhale and release everything on the exhale. Do those 3 full breaths right now. Now imagine a small flame in the center of that space. Not dramatic, not performing, just quietly, stubbornly, faithfully burning the way it has been burning this whole time, even under the hand that was placed over it. Now with each breath, let it grow slightly, not explosively, just steady. The natural expansion of something that has been given air and space and permission. Feel the warmth of it, not heat as aggression, but heat as life force, as the simple biological fact of being a person who is alive and present and here. Let it spread from the chest down the arms into the hands that are resting on your heart. Feel it move up through your throat, which is allowed to speak, up through your face, which does not need to manage its expression for anyone in this moment. Just feel what it's like to be fully, warmly, quietly present in your own body, not performing, just being. Know what seeds you want to plant, perhaps the ones you were writing down earlier. In your mind's eye, imagine the new moon above you, a dark sky with a sliver of a silver light, the beginning of something that will grow with the moon through the next 4 weeks. This is planting time, not hoping, but declaring. Now take your first seed, whatever you wrote down or whatever is in your heart, whatever arrives now if you did not write, and speak it silently to the new moon, not as a wish, as a statement of what is already beginning. The moon does not need your uncertainty. It needs your direction. And breathe. Now let's plant your second seed, the part of yourself you are calling back, the voice, the brightness, the space you are reclaiming. Plant it with the same quiet authority. And breathe. And now let's plant your sovereign declaration, the one that begins not with I hope or I want or maybe someday, but with I am. Plant it now. Feel it land in the ground of this new moon, where it will grow whether or not you watch it, whether or not you manage it, whether or not anyone else sees it happening. I am, and then finish that sentence as you plant that seed with declaration. And breathe. Now speak these final words to God, to the universe, to Source, to the intelligence that's been holding the flame steady all this time. You can say these in your mind or you can speak them out loud, whatever is comfortable for you. But say it with feeling and emotion. I am reclaiming what was dimmed. I am taking back the throne of my own internal kingdom. I am ready to shine. I am the light. And under this new moon, I'm planting the seeds of the most sovereign and honest and most fully inhabited version of my life. The flame they tried to distinguish was never theirs to touch. And it's rising now. Feel the warmth in your chest. Take that deep breath in and out. And feel the feet on the ground. Feel your whole body alive and present in this moment. And when you are ready, take that one final breath in with a long sigh as you exhale. That release. Welcoming in new beginnings. Bringing yourself back to the present time. Opening your eyes when you're ready. The new moon in Leo, the first eclipse portal in this sign since 2019. And you here with your seeds planted, your flame lit, your sovereignty beginning its return. This is a special episode outside our regular bi-weekly schedule because some moments are too significant for a schedule. The regular Soul Whispers continues next Sunday with episode 22 on boundaries. The boundary you keep not saying. And then the alternating week will have language of healing videos, which will begin the Sunday after. But for now, on this new moon, just this, the flame, the throne, the sovereign declaration that has been waiting for exactly the right celestial permission to finally and fully, irreversibly be spoken. You, my friend, are the light. You have always been the light. And if you're ready to go deeper, if today stirred something in you, the grief of the flame that was dim for so long, this work goes much deeper in one-to-one sessions, and I do offer that. My information is in the show notes below. And I hope you will tell me how you're doing in the comments. What is the one seed you planted today? What is the sovereign intention you're carrying into this lunar cycle? Write it and make it real. The new moon in Leo rewards your name. If this special episode found you at exactly the right moment, I hope you will share this with others. Leave a comment, give a thumbs up, and just know that someone in your world is ready to reclaim their light, and they may not know this without hearing this episode to help them and guide them along the way. Remember, the flame they tried to quench was never theirs to touch. Love and hugs till next week.